On Facebook, all they provide is the template, and then you come and you write the stuff and put up the pictures. If you took away all the stuff that she put there, you'd be left with that. So that's all Facebook gives you, and you provide everything else. Facebook has been a mega success story. As you know, they just passed 500 million members, and by this time, a year from now, at this rate, they will have 1 billion members, 1/6 of the Earth's population, on a website run by this guy. It's kind of alarming in its way that the king of social media is himself something of a social misfit. I had to interview this guy for CBS News, and so, do you feel that Facebook is representative of the new age of Web 2.0 interpersonal communication? He's like, I guess. Is there anyone else here we could interview? So that's the biggest one, but there's 1,000 examples. Craigslist, the website putting the American newspaper out of business. The Times New York Times used to get 40% of our ad revenue from classifieds. Today we get 0. That's a very small number. The Times and the Wall Street Journal both shrank by an inch, the actual physical paper, in each direction last year. 5 years from now, oh, here's the Sunday Times! Wikipedia, whoever thought that this would fly, an encyclopedia where any idiot can say anything about anything. And yet it works. They did a comparison with the Encyclopedia Britannica and found there's only a 2% accuracy difference. The Britannica was only 2% less accurate. Of the 480 magazines that went out of business last year, the one that made me saddest was Reader's Digest. They used to have these great joke columns. And one of them, you'd send in jokes from your own real working life. And this is a real one where a college librarian said, this freshman came in the first day of classes and said, dude, what are all those matching books? And she said, well, son, that's the encyclopedia. He goes, whoa, somebody actually printed out the whole thing? Some kind of line has been crossed. Flickr, put up your pictures for all to see. YouTube. After YouTube went up, these two guys, the creators, sold it to Google 12 months later for $1.7 billion. So next time you're feeling, overpaid. I went on YouTube. They were in a video about this sale afterwards, and I thought it'd be interesting to hear what they were saying. I thought they'd say, yes, we feel that it's a new age of sharing, blah, blah, blah. No. They're like, woohoo, 1.7 billion, yay! Shut up. There are a lot of less famous examples too. DoMyStuff.com, you list the grunt work you want done, like clean my gutters or take me to the Department of Motor Vehicles or teach me French, and then people bid to see who can do it for the least money. I love technology. And then this is Prosper.com, where you make micro loans to fellow Americans who need small business loans. And instead of you earning nothing on your savings account, and that guy paying 24% interest on his credit card, he pays you 12%, and everybody wins. It's fantastic. Kiva is the same thing for third world countries. Go Loco, a glorified carpooling database. You say where you're going, and other people contact you, and you all go to the airport together instead of choking the highway. This is my favorite, whoissick.org. You check off your symptoms here: bloody stool, blurred vision, cloudy skin, and it collates all of this and shows you the bugs as they drift over your neighborhood. So completely awesome. But I think what really hit me, the fact that the next generation is so different, really hit me between the eyes. When last year I did this campaign, when you leave a message for someone on their voicemail, first you hear hi, it's David, and then you hear 15 seconds of instructions from Verizon, right? So, you may begin speaking at the tone. Really? Because we've only had answering machines for 40 years! I didn't know you could do that! To page this person. Page? What is it, 1975? And then they end, to add insult to injury, they're like, when you have finished, you may hang up. No. I was just going to stand here. So it occurred to me, it's 15 seconds, right? It's 15 seconds every time you leave or retrieve messages. If you do that twice a business day, for Verizon alone, it's 750 in your airtime they're eating up. $750 million by making you sit through that message. So I started this campaign to take back the beep. I wanted my followers to harangue the carriers into eliminating the message. And we had some success. AT&T eliminated incredibly the instruction they'd always had about to send a fax. They had a thing about to send a fax. Yeah, from your phone? That'd be cool. Anyway, they eliminated half of the message, thanks to me. That's $374 million it cost AT&T to do that, and for every one of you, an hour and a half, I saved you. You're welcome. But the funny thing was that I had this 19-year-old intern working for me at the time, and he was a wonderful guy, but he didn't get it. He was like, okay, yeah, but I don't see the point. Like, how could you not see the point? It's infuriating. They're eating up our airtime. He goes, I know, but dude, who does voicemail anymore? I mean, who does voicemail? Everyone does voicemail. Like, why would you do voicemail? Look, dude, you call me, I look here. It's called the call log. It says, missed call, David Pogue, 4:30. I really don't need to listen to a message with you saying, hi, it's 4:30, it's David calling. Call me back! I see it! And I'm like, wow, there's something to that. And then I swear to God, it was within a month I was at this school function, and I heard a PTA mom saying to a fellow mom, so I said to my daughter, honey, how come you're not answering any of my emails? And my daughter says, Mom, nobody does email anymore. What am I, like 100? Nobody does email anymore? No one does email or voicemail. The lesson for the next generation is everything has to be real time. It has to be Twitter or Facebook or texting or chat. It has to be right now. And that's true of everything, not just written communication. Another huge lesson is everyone's always saying to me, nobody watches television anymore. That isn't true. People watch television, but they do other things at the same time. So kids are watching TV, but they're also texting while they're doing their homework, while the music is playing. They multitask. It's just the status quo. Everything has to be on demand now. Your business will fail if you do not provide it on demand. So it started with the iTunes Music Store, music on demand, and then there's on-demand TV, Hulu.com, hello, on-demand radio, aka podcasts, even on-demand cable. Comcast, largest and most hated cable company in the country, started this program last year where they have just about everything on demand, like pay-per-view, but you don't pay for it. Like it's included in your regular cable bill. They have something like 9,000 shows a week, like regular shows, like Survivor and game shows, whatever, where you can watch it when you want. And why not, right? The old model of it's on at 2:30 on channel 15, that was a technological limitation. There's no cultural reason for that. So why shouldn't the internet be the world's biggest TiVo with everything there is there for the watching? And at this show, this is brilliant. This is so brilliant. They have started a thing where they will let you have everything that you subscribe to on your cable for free on your iPad or iPhone within the house. So no piracy problems, streaming everything on your iPad. Now why would they do that? Why would they willingly do something for you? Right? Because otherwise you'd go watch it on Hulu anyway. They'd much rather have you in their control selling their ads to you than to have you go via the internet. So it is so completely brilliant and forward-thinking. You'll now be able to just sit in your bed or your kitchen table, pick up the iPad. What do I feel like? Whatever it is. On-demand movies, as we know, Amazon, Hulu, Netflix on-demand. On-demand books, the ebook readers. Have you read Freakonomics? No, but I'll get it right now. 30 seconds later. On-demand newspapers, same things. Another wild change, you probably noticed this, the next generation doesn't have anywhere near the same conception of privacy that we do. In fact, the whole purpose of Facebook and Twitter is to sort of publicize stuff that was once considered private. Just broke up with that jerk of a boyfriend, or just got back to the Department of University Health, all clear. Really need to know that. There's an ego component that didn't exist before Twitter and Facebook. It's how many followers do you have, how many friends do you have. In fact, if you take the real-time access and the ego minus the privacy, that is Twitter.